well, within the past few, I think it's been a year and a half probably, my dad left the church, which for me was really hard because like he was the leader, I guess, and I know lots of people looked up to him, and I did, and my whole family did, and a whole bunch of things fell apart, and I was just like, well, this sucks. And I was like, why is God doing this? Like, there's no reason that he would do something like that. He cares for all of us. Why would he do that? And I was just so mad. And like, I don't know, I went through a lot of not talking to like the right people and hanging out with people that were just surface friends, then really just like not a good time, I guess. And then in the summertime, I decided to go to summer camp at Camp Caroline. And when I was there the whole time, I just was like, I'm so broken and everything in my life is falling apart. Why am I here? I am not here because I'm here for Jesus. I'm not here to meet people. I just was like, I don't want to be here. And then one day in cabin time, we were all told to go sit by ourselves and do whatever, read your Bible, pray, whatever you wanted to do. And I was like, I don't want to do any of that, so I'm gonna draw. I started drawing, and then I don't really remember actually drawing, but then the word broken was like graffiti written kind of all over my page, and I was like, well, this is depressing. And I started crying like really bad, and I was sitting by the stream, and I was sitting right outside the chapel of Camp Caroline, and someone had said something to me, and I turned around and I was like, oh yeah, like I'll meet you in the dance room in like 20 minutes or whatever. And then I turned back and my paper was out of my notebook and like blew into the stream and went away, and I was like, well, that's symbolic. I'm sure. And then I was like, okay, whatever. Like, didn't really let it faze me, and then I went on with the day. And then later that night at campfire, we had the pastor was doing his message, and I don't know why, but the only thing I heard was like, if you're broken, if people have been calling you things, if things have been happening in your life, like, those don't own you, those aren't you. And I was just like, what? God, you're real. Like, yeah, that was probably like the biggest God moment, was when I realized that I wasn't broken, and everything that had happened in my life was obviously for some reason, and God was probably just, I feel like he was just trialing me and making me go through unfortunate events so I could see that he's all-powerful and that I have to trust in him. I don't know, if I had to give advice, I'd just say trust in God, and a lot of bad things will happen in life and unfortunate events, but he's the only way to get through them. And like, even if he does put them in your path and it's really unfortunate, like, you need to trust in him because he's the only way.